Hey guys, well, got a game here in the OUs, using this team that I've been using for a bit. I'm going to start actually building something more. It's just that I've just had to restart school this week, and this week's kind of sucked so far because my car broke down Wednesday night when I was driving home from school. So it was like, yeah, I kind of put my damper on a mood of anything in general. Plus, I've just had to do some extra schoolwork this week, so kind of sucks, but whatever. But hopefully I'll get some live Showdown done soon too. It's just, this is quicker and easier, so yeah. Anyways, in a game here, OU against this guy. Opponent's team, just a bunch of threats, really. Like, he's only got one real special attacker, which is Rotom. Otherwise, he's just got a bunch of physical threats, but those threats are threatening enough to where it's going to be hard to deal with. And anyways, main threats on his end are going to be the Lucario and the Talonflame, just because his things that can take down my Rotom, you know, they are good enough to where Talonflame is going to be a decent enough threat. So I really just got to make sure Rotom has that survivability factor, plus Aegislash will probably be good too, and I got to get rid of that Mandibuzz ASAP, because Mandibuzz is just an annoying piece of shit. It's not that it's good. Well, I mean, it is decent, but it's just, for the meta, it's good, but otherwise, it's just an annoying piece of shit. That's it. It's like how Trevant was starting out, but it's just an annoying piece of shit. I don't consider it a threat. It's just an annoying piece of shit. But anyways, leads on his end. Just judging from his team, it seems like Rotom should pair up decently well with everything, so I'm going to go with that and see what happens. So let's get into this. So he's going to lead off with Jirachi, and I'm going to lead off with Rotom, which also, Jirachi, 6th gen, yes. I do actually need to make a team with Jirachi sometime, but it's like, you know, working it in with something, especially with the steel typing, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, you know, lead off matchup, I am inclined to go for Will-O-Wisp because burning anything on his team is good, and he's not going to go to the Talonflame right off the bat, so I do burn the Rotom, and then I do see he wins a potential speed tie. I'm not sure if he's running more speed investment or not. I'm not sure what he's really doing on that thing, so I said, okay, we'll just Volt Switch out. He does go into Jirachi, so I figure let's just go into Ferrothorn and try and get a Leech Seed off, because he's probably going to switch out to the Mandibuzz or something, or even the Talonflame. So I do go for Leech Seed right there. He stayed in Fire Punch, but he took a lot of fucking damage because Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet, and Leech Seed, so kind of a thing. But I get a Brox that turn as he switches into Manbug, because I knew he'd either switch out or I'd be able to recover enough damage to where Ferrothorn would still be useful. So now I knew, when he brought in Mandibuzz, I knew he would defog, so I go into the Greninja. I just go save Ice Beam because the only couple things that really can take an Ice Beam, they've already kind of taken a decent enough amount of damage as is, so it's kind of a risk to bring them in anyways to Greninja, so I just Ice Beam safely, but I just gotta go to Rotom again for safety, and he's a Resto Chest or Rotom. I was thinking about U-turn, but there was the fact that he was fast for a Volt Switch, and I didn't see any leftover, so that was kind of a thing too, but he Toxics me, and I exchanged with a Burn, so that's fine, but now I know he's not going to be safe with his whole resting thing, so that's interesting to note for later. But anyways, just Volt Switch out and go into Infernape, and I figured the risk of a close combat killing his Rotom would be too great, so I knew he would switch out, and I just go for U-turn, and I was correct. He does go to the Landorus, so that's fine by me. I'm safe to go into Greninja right here, so I can scare him out. But in general, against his team, Hydro Pump is going to be my safe move to go for. Unfortunately, I do miss it, which means I do miss out on any potential KO. Like, I could try with Dark Pulse, but it's too huge of a risk, so I decided to U-turn out, since either he's going to be inclined to rest or go for a weird move. But, I just crit him in the end, which just makes up for the miss, so I guess that's kind of a thing. But anyways, I brought in Ferrothorn off the U-turn because I was like, fucking whatever, I don't know. Might as well bait out the Mandibuzz, which it does, and he just taunts my Greninja, which I don't give a shit about. Just go for Ice Beam in case he wants to play some weird mind games with the Mandibuzz. I really just want to try and remove it as a threat, and Jirachi isn't sitting as a threat right now, so I'm not really too concerned. But the way he brought it in, also the fact that I was an Ice type, figured Fire Punch would be coming, so I go into Rotom because I can take a couple hits. Even if he goes for Iron Heart U-turn, I should still be able to take that and then maybe get a rest off. But I do get the rest off because he locked himself into Fire Punch and tried to somehow kill me because he didn't see any recovery yet, so that's kind of a thing. But get the rest off, and he uses that to go into Lucario. Just tried to kill a turn of sleep there, but I decided to go into Ferrothorn mainly so that I could try and attempt to play some weird mind games with it, but he does have Nasty Plot. Mainly I was just trying to go for the defense drop from close combat and just deal some damage with Iron Barb's Rocky Helmet. But since he has a special Lucario, I figured I should be able to take a hit with Aegis. Well, actually, I really shouldn't be able to take a hit with Aegis Slash, but I decided, fuck it, let's risk it. Try and go for Sacred Sword and kill it, but he does go into the Mana Buzz, which is a safe play to do. And then he switches out to Jirachi, knowing I go for King's Shield, and then he goes back into the Mana Buzz, predicting Shadow Sneak. So again, pointless useless bullshit with Mana Buzz. What else is goddamn new? But just go for King's Shield just in case he does want to go for knockoff. I figured he wouldn't, but it's better safe than sorry, right? But anyways, since I am taunted, I don't really want to get hit with anything, so I'm just going to go into Rotom to take a foul play. And in case he also wants to go for knockoff, I'm fine with Rotom getting knocked off, so whatever. But I'm going to assume at this point his last move is probably status, so yeah. But anyways, he switches in Landorus to the Rotom, I guess because he wants a free switch out essentially, so he gets the rocks up right there, that's fine. It just gave me a chance to Hydro Pump him. I'll deal with the rocks, it's not too huge of an issue, but then he knocks me off there, which I forgot that Landorus actually got knockoff. That's actually a really fucking good move to have on Landorus, now that I think about it. Like, holy shit, that's actually pretty good. But anyways, he brings in the Lucario right here, and since I know he's special, I know I can take any one hit right off the bat right here, so I'm just going to choose to go for Volt Switch, because then I can go into something that can effectively check the Lucario now that I know the only thing that can really outspeed, or, you know, hit the good speeds here is with, him going Vacuum Wave, so I can go into Noivern, scare him out, just go for a Flamethrower, but he goes out to Jirachi as fodder, because he knew he wouldn't be able to really take on Noivern with Lucario, which killed the Jirachi, which was just sent in as fodder, which is fine, but now he brings in the Talonflame, and I gotta sack something, so I just decide to sack my, Noivern, just because with what he has left, I should be okay without needing Noivern, but, going to Rotom, because obviously it was a Talonflame, so just gonna Volt Switch, he goes with Lucario as fodder, which, crit only mattered earlier with my Volt Switch, because of that instance right there, so, meh, whatever. But anyways, I brought in Infernape off the Volt Switch because I really had nothing else to bring in, and it's like, I didn't want to bring in the Mana Buzz when I don't want him to, essentially, so it's like, that kind of instance. Also, the fact that he went for the Brave Bird there might kind of tell me he's, banded just that damage too, so, I don't know. Interesting to note, but maybe not. But whatever the case, able to live at 3% with Rotom, and then just kill him off a Volt Switch, that's fine. Have Aegis Slash in, and I'm like, okay, let's do some weird shit right here. He's most likely going to taunt me there, so I'll go for the Iron Head to get a little bit of damage off, and then he's most likely going to foul play me right there since I'm taunted, so I'll go to Rotom, predicting him to go for that foul play, and then I get a free switch into my Greninja, which hopefully, now with that little bit of extra damage, I should be able to kill this thing with Ice Beam, because he's most likely invested in his defense stat, which probably is the case, because I'm able to take him out with Ice Beam, and that'll make it be the game. So GG, guy. It was a pretty good game, pretty down to the wire. It was just a matter of how it was going to play out with Mana Buzz and the rest of his team synergy, which it was playing out, and it was interesting to have that special Lucario, but I was able to pull through, and yeah, so, GG, guy, it was a fun game, but yeah, like I said, I'll try and get some new teams, since we'll have Showdown going soon. It's just, you know, school starting up again, it's kind of making it be a thing, so we'll see what happens. Plus, I should be starting up a couple other things soon, too, but, yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens, but anyways, that'll be it for this, so hope you guys enjoyed, such a blah, rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.